केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just yesterday, we were debating how the time has come to smash patriarchy. For women to be loud, proud, and fight for their space in a society that is constantly trying to control them. And today, almost on cue, comes a debate over what a woman should wear. The trigger is a Raksha Bandhan jewelry ad starring Kriti Sanon. Kriti appears in an Indo-Western ensemble as she celebrates Rakhi, and her outfit has come under scrutiny over whether the styling fits the festival itself. Now, social media trolls had been at it for a while, but today the controversy acquired an entirely different scale and dimension and weight when BJP Member of Parliament Kangana Ranaut stepped in. Kangana says the ad is creepy and has asked the question, why tie your brother a Rakhi in a bikini or undergarments? And that's where this stops being just another nasty comment buried in a social media feed. Kangana isn't anonymous troll. She's an elected member of parliament. A troll can be ignored. An elected lawmaker cannot be dismissed with the same ease. And that's why social media is abuzz with view and with the fire breathing both sides.
कंगना जी अब एक चुनी हुई सांसद हैं, इसलिए जब वो जो कुछ कहती हैं उनको थोड़ी जिम्मेदारी से कहना चाहिए। उनके कपड़ों पे कमेंट करना, उनकी लाइफस्टाइल पे कमेंट करना, किसी की वेशभूषा पर बोलना, ये दिखाता है कि आपकी कितनी मिसोजिनिस्ट, कितनी पितृसत्ता वाली सोच है। मुझे लगता है ये उनका फ्रस्ट्रेशन है।
एज ए एमपी वो बिल्कुल फेल हैं। क्या कंगना रनौत ये शिक्षा देंगे कि कौन सा एक्टर क्या पहने और क्या ना पहने? ये तो उनका अपना फ्रीडम है, बिल्कुल इन्हें ये हक नहीं है कि इस तरह का सवाल उठाएं।
Kriti Sanon has now hit back. She does not name Kangana Ranaut, but her response goes straight to the heart of this dress code debate. She says that culture and traditions are in one's heart, not in their neckline. That the essence of the festival isn't in the clothes you wear, but in the emotion and meaning you attach to the tradition. And then comes the stinging part. When will we stop telling women what to wear? Why, even today, a woman's respect for her culture is measured by the length of her clothes.
आप उस महिला सांसद को इतनी गंभीरता से क्यों लेते हो? मत लीजिए, इतना महत्व मत दीजिए। ये अंधभक्त लोग हैं, अंधभक्त के भी ऊपर से स्टेप है उनकी, समझा? दिमाग नहीं है उनके अंदर।
So the question we should be asking is not how low a neckline can go, but why even in 2026 a woman is still being asked to prove her sanskar through what she wears. But hang on, because another actor, Suzanne Burnett, complicates that argument. Suzanne, who describes herself as a liberal, someone who grew up in Germany, says even she finds this campaign way off. Her point of view is that wearing fewer clothes is now being sold as empowerment. And then there is actor Taapsee Pannu, who has a rather different complaint. Not about what Kriti Sanon wore or what Kangana said, but about why disagreements between women are turned into a spectator sport. But if the argument is that wearing less is somehow a modern idea being sold as empowerment, here's an interesting counter from Prime Minister Modi himself. He pointed to the centuries-old sculptures of Konark and explained how what many consider a symbol of modernity today, like a miniskirt, can be seen represented in ancient Indian art. So perhaps modern clothes versus Indian tradition also a false bind.
देखिए, भारत फैशन की दुनिया में लीडर रहा है बहुत लोग हैरान हो जाएंगे अगर आज लोगों को लगता है मिनी स्कर्ट ये आधुनिकता की निशानी है या पर्स ऐसे लटकाती है बहनें। आप अगर कोणार्क जाएंगे, सैकड़ों साल पुराने मंदिर का जो मूर्तियां बनी हैं उसमें आपको एक मूर्ति वो भी दिखेगी जिसमें मिनी स्कर्ट पहना है बेटी ने और हाथ में पर्स है, ऐसे लटक रही है। यानी सैकड़ों साल पहले फैशन का वो नॉलेज यहां पर पत्थर तराशने वाले को भी था।
And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to the legitimate question on the Newshour tonight. Do Sanskars have a dress code, and who gets to decide that? That's the question, and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight with me, Kasturi Shankar, actor, Suzanne Burnett, also an actor, Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist, Suhail Seth, marketing guru, columnist. Joining the debate with us is also Andrea, actor and general secretary of the All Indian Cine Workers Association, Meghna Pant, author. Nikhil Jain, political analyst, supports the Congress party. But my first question goes to Priya Malik, actor and poet. Priya Malik, my question to you is, Kangana Ranaut has raised an issue, but it's not just her. There was trolling of Kriti Sanon in this ad even before Kangana Ranaut made the first statement. There are many who feel probably that dressing up should be according to the occasion, and that's why the trolling happened on social media even before Kangana made her first comment. Your views on the issue of dressing for the occasion, especially an Indian festival like Raksha Bandhan?
Navika, I feel that if your tradition or your religion or your festivals can be ruined by mere aesthetics, then maybe you don't understand them properly. Something that you wear, an attire, is merely aesthetics and nothing else. Women have been morally policed for years about how traditional our outfits are or how modern our outfits are. Whereas we never judge a man's kurta based on whether is it properly embroidered, are the sleeves fitted. Why do we not do that? Why do we say a woman's choli is backless, so it's not traditional enough? And I love the clip that you played just before this about PM Modi talking about the outfits that women in temples in Konark have worn decades ago. The fact that we morally police women based on their outfits, I think that is a larger issue. And the fact that we are using a festival as an excuse to do that once again is highly laughable, And I mean, it's a serious issue, I understand, and also the fact that an actress who has worn everything in her career is raising it baffles me. It really does.
Well, Kasturi Shankar, where do you stand on that debate?
Yes, the speaker before me was talking about, how everything is about how the male point of view influences how women behave, how women dress, how women talk. And, women must and have been fighting for their right to dress as they would like to in the broader spectrum. All that is very well. However, I'd like to remind her, and I'm sure this is part of everyday life for her as well, and the men in her life as well, on Raksha Bandhan Day or on Diwali or on Ramzan or Christmas, if you're going to show up with a unshaven look, wearing your pajamas, and then, kind of stretch your arm out for a Rakhi, I don't think that's really done. People are going to be, if you have other members of the family, they're going to be like, hey, is this how you show up for a Raksha Bandhan? Come on, clean up, So it's not just about women dressing a certain way. On Diwali day, if somebody is going to come to my house with a box of sweets, wearing their pajamas with a ruffled, hair, I'm going to be like, do you just want to freshen up? It's so, I mean, this is the age when, there was a time in my generation, my dad was bald, but my brother now, he's trying to take some, he's trying to transplant hair onto his head. So, let's not make this a male female issue at all. This is about propriety. Okay, it's about propriety.
So what's improper with what Kriti Sanon is wearing? She's wearing a dress. She's wearing a cape on top.
She's wearing a dress. She's wearing clothes.
Where is the problem?
No.
Where is the problem? I don't get it.
Okay, you don't get it? I will say my reaction to it. This is not about Kangana. This is not about all the other people. This is not about feminism. It is about Raksha Bandhan. Can you please, it's a traditional, it's a historical, it traces its roots from the Mahabharata, for God's sake. It's a traditional festival. I understand that,
where does the argument of the Prime Minister's statement go? In the Konark temple, you have sculptures where women are shown wearing mini skirts. Is that not traditional? Can there be something more traditional than the Konark temple?
Excellent question. The people depicted in Konark are dancing girls. Now, if they were depicted at home tying Raksha Bandhans or having a puja, because Rakhi is a puja, So, if you're doing a puja in the same outfit, then how are they depicted? They have been depicted in those sculptures as well, where they are not wearing ornamental clothes. Now, Kriti Sanon, as an actor...
One minute. Kasturi Shankar, 1 minute. Raksha Bandhan doesn't necessarily mean you're doing it in a temple. If you're going to a temple, maybe there is a view. You're talking about hair like this. Well, Suhail said, at formal parties, wherever he goes, even probably in a tuxedo, his hair is always in this shape. So, Suhail, will you be judged for the crop of hair, for what you wear, or will you be judged, for the love between the brother and the sister on Raksha Bandhan?
The logic of this lady, with grave respect, is laughable because you've just isolated 3 people on this panel. 2 are bald, 1 has a beard, and I've got the kind of hair you will never have because mine is natural and not colored. So you want Nikhil Jain to be... 1 minute, did I interrupt you? I didn't interrupt you.
Whose hair is colored? Anybody here?
Not yours. I'm saying your... See, why are you guilty? I'm not saying your hair is colored. This entire debate doesn't revolve around you. Just to give you a wake-up call, this debate is not about you. So now we can move.
Are not artificial.
Nikhil Jain...
And on behalf of Harshvardhan Tripathi, I protest. He's not completely bald. He's not completely bald. He has some hair, so stop shaming him.
No, 1 minute. This poor chap now has to shave in order to, agree to her criteria or what people...
That's not true.
Are these people, have they gone mad? I mean, I can't even imagine such puerile, ridiculous logic. Number 1, this is an advertisement. It's a television commercial. She's not celebrating Raksha Bandhan with her family, for God's sake. There's something called a creative license. It's a phrase which many people on this panel may not be familiar with. Creative license means I can do what the hell I want within terms of the advertisement. This is an advertisement. You might have an objection to the breed of the dog later. You might say, why are there no indies? Why are there no rescues? Let's get a reality check. People can wear what the hell they want. It is a problem between them and their family. You are no moral guardian of this country to decide how people must dress. I can dress the way I want. If my wife and my child and my family is fine with it, who the hell are you? Or who is anyone? Number 1. Number 2, you keep talking about moral police. This is not even moral police. This is an illogical, stupid police, if it is a police at all. All advertising. These are the same people, Navika, who had a problem when a particular jewelry brand showed a divorcee, a woman who had children of a previous marriage, as part of the advertisement. The same idiots on Twitter and elsewhere trolling because they have no idea. They believe that the world is unidimensional as per their logic and their family beliefs. Bhai, aap kaun se khet ki muli ho? You don't decide how the world must dress.
Absolutely, I agree with you, Suhail, and I am a sari wearing woman, but that doesn't stop me from being, modern woman of today. I am a modern woman of today. If my clothes are going to decide who I am, what I am, then sorry, there is a problem. And Meghna Pant, I just want to ask you. Well, the fact of the matter is, this is Kangana's view. Kangana can have a view. Everybody talks about freedom of speech. If Kangana has a view, why are we going after her? Why can't we just mind our own business? It's her view. She has the full right to have her view. But the trolls, first they trolled Kriti Sanon, now they're trolling Kangana. I mean, can everybody just get a sense of perspective on this?
Navika, you've pointed out something that I think is the core of the issue. You're absolutely entitled to dislike Kriti Sanon's outfit. You can say it's not what you would wear personally. You can prefer a sari, a kurta, lehenga, or something more traditional for your family occasion. That's your personal preference. But I think there's a huge difference between saying, hey, I don't like her outfit, and saying she's offended Raksha Bandhan and disrespected Hinduism, or made the festival creepy, because Raksha Bandhan is not a dress code. Raksha Bandhan is a relationship. It's about love, protection, and affection. It's a bond between siblings. And that's what seems to have been completely lost in this entire debate. We've seen Kriti has responded, and I think her central point is the right one, that the essence of a festival is about its emotions and not in a woman's neckline. Women's body cannot be the fountainhead of shame for an entire culture all the time. And she's pointed out exactly this, that culture and tradition live in the heart, not in the amount of skin a woman chooses to show or not show. And again, I want to come back to Priya's point as well, that why does culture always end up talking about a woman's body? I mean, I've never heard Hinduism being offended when a man is wearing shorts at Holi, or, shows up to Diwali wearing a banyan, or, shows his chest during a religious... I'm not saying that anybody should do that. My question is, why is a man...
In the South, you can't go to unless you're bare-chested. No one has a problem with that.
Exactly.
No, but you can't show up in a Diwali party wearing shorts. Yeah, come on.
We are not talking about Diwali.
Well, if it doesn't feel right to you, don't do it, is my take on it. But Suzanne Burnett, if you can hear me, Suzanne, the question here is, why have we taken upon ourselves to censure Kangana for her view on the issue? The whole world has taken her on almost as if she doesn't have a right to speak. She has a view, she's expressed the view. There are others who don't agree. Kriti Sanon, well, her view is that the emotions are important, and a lot of people, I myself would agree with her, that this is about the emotions. Raksha Bandhan is also a sibling bond. In siblings, there is a sense of informality. What's the big deal?
Everybody has been talking about personal choice, personal choice, personal choice. I think we all forgot this is an ad for a jewelry brand. And I just feel like that the outfit was not appropriate for Raksha Bandhan. If it would have been a jewelry ad, merely only jewelry, I would have had not a problem with it. Yes, you can wear at home whatever you want to. Yes, you can walk around anywhere you want to, in any which style you want to, if you feel comfortable. But you also have to live with the consequences.
So what's the problem with Raksha Bandhan and the dress of Kriti Sanon? Explain to me. I want to understand. What's the problem?
Okay, I am from Germany. I come from a so-called liberal society, and seeing the outfit was like, what is she wearing? So my focus was not put on the jewelry. The focus was put on her outfit, because I just
your liberal views do not depend on your geography. You can live in Germany and have traditional views or views as you have. You're free to have them. Just because I live in India, should I have old-fashioned traditional views? Where is that written in any constitution?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I just feel like what has reached here now is that less clothes means more freedom as a woman and more empowerment and more feminism.
You are typecasting women. I wear a sari, I'm free, I'm modern. I think, very openly, I am traditional as well. I am all of those things. How does dress decide that, Sohail?
No, but you wear a sari. You should wear something more mod in order to be modern by the logic of stupid people. I mean, Suzanne, I have a lot of respect and time for Suzanne. I mean, even you can't justify this. Oh, it's a television commercial, for God's sake. She isn't coming to your house or my house to celebrate Raksha Bandhan.
Yes, she comes.
Plus,
She comes into my house via the screen.
1 minute.
She is coming
Please
from my house via the
understand,
screen.
advertising and cinema, of which you are part of, have shown worse. People have not commented. Our culture has not vanished. I mean, is Raksha Bandhan so fragile that people will now stop inviting people, please wear this particular dress code? This is not the Bengal Club, for God's sake. It's someone's home. B, it is also a set of a television commercial. Okay,
but the commercial, the point here is the commercial is depicting an Indian festival called Raksha Bandhan. Sohail, there are sensitivities attached to that. Is what people who are offended are saying.
There are sensitivities attached to Gurugram's flooding. What are we supposed to do? I'm sensitive about the molly that you're wearing. I could be sensitive about the way you've, not colored your hair. I could be sensitive about 100 things. That doesn't matter. You have to pander to my sensitivities. B, Kangana is entitled to her opinion. But for God's sake, is this the only pressing issue that we can find in our cultural disposition? कि भाई पूरा भारत अब खतरे में है क्योंकि रक्षाबंधन के एक एड में ना उन्होंने कम कपड़े पहने थे. भाई फिर ज्यादा कपड़े पहन लो. आप एक रजाई ओढ़ लो अपने मुंह पे. आप रजाई पहन लो, ब्लैंकेट पहन लो. I mean, there are people. He's a very dear friend of mine, but Karan Johar at times looks as if he's wearing a carpet and walking. Do that. People are happy. For God's sake,
to each their own. To each their own. But Nikhil Jain, the Congress party will jump into any controversy the minute they see Kangana Ranaut. And lectures are coming from whom? From Miss Supriya Srinath. Miss Supriya Srinath, who's saying what is Kangana's problem? Miss Supriya Srinath, who talked about Kangana Ranaut in a picture where she was wearing revealing clothes and said, Mandi mein kya bhav hai? Ab unse bhi lesson lena padega. Supriya Srinath se lena padega lesson on whether Kriti Sanon's dress was right or wrong, when she herself has flouted and crossed the red line by commenting on Kangana's dress in the past.
Navika, let me get to Ms. Srinath later. Before that, just for the record, I'd like to say that I think Ms. Sanon looks stunning in the advertisement, as do you, wearing a sari, and it is completely the choice of any woman what she wants to wear, wherever, whatever she wants. Previous panelists did say that you don't show up to Rakhi in a pair of shorts. I'm sorry, I did that last Rakhi, and my sister did scold me quite a bit for that. But that's all right.
But you did
that's
it anyway. Sudhre nahi tum.
No, I didn't. No, this Rakhi I won't do that. This Rakhi I won't repeat the mistake. My point remains simple. All of us are free to be stupid. All of us are free to wear short clothes, long clothes. I don't care. I don't think it changes whether you're modern or regressive or whatever you are. But the problem here is not that Kangana Ranaut has critiqued the creative liberty that the ad makers have taken in having Miss Sanon wear a deep neck dress. The point is that Miss Ranaut targets her by saying you don't tie a Rakhi in a bikini. Now, and Navika, you've been party to this, that when she called Urmila Matondkar a porn star and you objected to it, Kangana Ranaut's great retorted, oh, what is wrong in being a porn star? Can you not be a porn star? I'm not sure whether she would like to be called a porn star. Miss Sanon is wearing a deep neck dress, as was Miss Ranaut in a fashion ramp walk, if I'm not mistaken. That's perfectly fine. Why do you have to compare it with a bikini? The point is what Miss Ranaut is doing right now. She's slut-shaming somebody at a time when the leader of opposition is talking about smashing the patriarchy. At a time when the leader of opposition is talking about...
Why doesn't the leader of opposition smash the patriarchy in his own party? And therefore, you might find bikini stunning, great. You might find sari stunning, great. But do not be so stunned. Answer the question on Supriya Srinath and her previous misdemeanors by saying Mandi ka kya bhav hai. Is that not stereotyping women at large and Kangana in specific?
Navika, any sort of remark like that which carries an innuendo like that is condemnable. It's disgusting.
What
it's
action
wrong,
has
and I think
what action has the smashing of patriarchy party taken on her? Can I know, please?
And that is what I'm saying. If you might remember, during that controversy, it was made clear by Supriya Shrinate and the Congress party that it was not Ms. Shrinate who had posted that. Some social media manager had posted that. He was suspended or I think removed from the party.
Okay, social media.
Come on. No.
Clearly, excuses. हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी दूसरों को ज्ञान देने में ये नंबर 1 पार्टी है, लेकिन खुद के मिसडिमेनर्स वो गलती से हो जाते हैं, सोशल मीडिया के जो टीम है वो गड़बड़ कर देती है, सोच में गड़बड़ नहीं है।
सबसे पहले तो ये कि कृति सेनन बढ़िया अभिनेत्री हैं और कंगना रनाउत भी बहुत शानदार अभिनेत्री, दो की दोनों बहुत शानदार अभिनेत्री।
Absolutely, I endorse both those
शानदार करियर रहा है। कृति सेनन ने जिस एडवर्टीजमेंट में, और आमतौर पर मैं सुहेल का बहुत बड़ा प्रशंसक हूं, लेकिन आज एक तो उन्होंने मुझे दुखी किया, मेरे सर पे अभी बहुत बाल हैं, अभी मतलब ठीक है सुहेल जितनी नहीं है लेकिन बहुत बाल है। दूसरा
मैंने ऑब्जेक्शन दर्ज करा दी थी हर्ष।
नहीं, थैंक यू। सुहेल ने कहा कि क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम है, क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम हिंदू फेस्टिवल्स को लेकर ही आती है। आप हिंदू महिला के माथे से बिंदी गायब कर देंगे, आप रक्षाबंधन को, अभी कई लोगों ने कहा कि वो अपने घर में तो नहीं थी, क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम थी, वो आपके घर में तो आ नहीं रही है। मुझे तो बड़ा मतलब दोनों कंट्राडिक्टरी है कि वो कह रहे हैं कि एडवर्टीजमेंट है, पब्लिक एडवर्टीजमेंट,
आज आप
और फिर कह रहे हैं कमाल हो गया आपके बीच में, तो मैं नहीं बोला, आप क्यों टूट पड़ी?
प्रिया मलिक, allow him to complete and then I'll give you time to counter।
दिमाग है, और आज आपने कुर्ता नहीं डाला। देखिए, मैं तो सलवार कमीज पहनकर बैठी हूँ, माथे से बिंदी गायब है, लेकिन आप कुर्ता पहनना भूल गए। मैं बहुत ही डिसअपॉइंटेड हूँ कि आप जो बात कर रहे हैं और खुद हिंदू ट्रेडिशन से फॉलो कर रहे हैं।
समझ में आ गया, मेरे लॉजिक के आगे आप टिकी नहीं, तो आपको इलॉजिकल
और आप आ गए,
आपको इलॉजिकल
नेशनल टीवी पर।
देखिए, यही मैं कह रहा हूँ, ठीक जगह पर, एकदम सही जगह पर मेरा तीर निशाने पर लगा।
आवर हिंदू कल्चर,
किसी भी एडवर्टीजमेंट में हिंदू फेस्टिवल को इस तरह से दिखाना, और चाहे बॉलीवुड हो या एडवर्टीजमेंट इंडस्ट्री, वो हिंदू फेस्टिवल को टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड नहीं ले सकते।
बड़ा ओपिनियन है,
किसी भी लड़की, किसी भी महिला को जो भी कपड़े पहनना है वो पहने, लेकिन ये नहीं हो सकता है कि आप माथे से बिंदी गायब कर दे, आप रक्षाबंधन को आप अपने गर्मी दिखाने के लिए इस तरह से
कुर्ता गायब कर,
कमाल है भाई, आप सचमुच
नहीं, सवाल वाजिब है हर्षवर्धन जी, आप फिर हमेशा कुर्ता पहना करिए। बिंदी कई लड़कियां नहीं लगाती, उनकी चॉइस है, उससे कम इंडियन हो जाएंगी, कम हिंदू हो जाएंगी, कम ट्रेडिशनल हो जाएंगी। क्या हुआ?
किसी को इस डिबेट में किसी को मैंने नहीं कहा किसने क्या पहना हुआ है। सबसे पहले इन लेडी ने मेरे पहनने पर, मेरे कपड़े पर ऑब्जेक्ट किया है। आप देखिए, ये है फासिज्म, ये है जिसको कहते हैं ना कि अभी जो हम कंगना रनाउत के लिए बोल रहे थे, ये मेंटेलिटी है, क्योंकि कुर्ता पहनने का मसला नहीं है ये। और मैंने तो कहा नहीं कि आज आपको बिंदी डाल के आना चाहिए था, मत पहनिए बिंदी, आपकी मर्जी। लेकिन रक्षाबंधन पर हर कोई जब उस एडवर्टीजमेंट को देख रहा है, तो क्या वो रक्षाबंधन की जिस भी आप इमोशन कह रहे हैं, आप कह रहे हैं कि नहीं उसको सिबलिंग्स के बीच में जो लव है उस तरह से देखिए, कमाल की लॉजिक है भाई। और अगर सुजैन जो कह रही है, हो सकता है कई बार लोग कहते हैं कि इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि ये तो बड़ी ट्रेडिशनल, बड़ी कंजर्वेटिव सोसाइटी हुई, यानी हम अगर किसी फेस्टिवल के लिहाज से ठीक से ड्रेसअप होकर आए, अच्छे से रहें, तो कंजर्वेटिव होना हो गया। ये तो कमाल हो गया। और मैं इतनी देर से देख रहा हूं सारे के सारे लोग उसी लॉजिक पर हैं। एक तरफ कह रहे हैं कि हम आपके घर में नहीं आ रहे हैं, वो अपने घर में मनाएंगे, दूसरी तरफ करेंगे तो एडवर्टीजमेंट है, क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम है। सारी क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम आपको हिंदू फेस्टिवल्स पे ही आती है, जरा एक बार किसी और पे भी करके
सोहेल सेठ रिस्पॉन्ड।
हर्षवर्धन, आप आजकल कौन सी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी में? बीजेपी में?
नहीं, why? No. I object, Your Honor. I object, Your Honor. No. Just because he has a view, you will associate it with a political party. Sohail said.
Let's not think that Hinduism is so fragile that all of Hinduism will collapse if someone does not, do Raksha Bandhan the way everyone wants them to do it. There are certain protocols. You go to a temple in the south. I like going to Guruvayur. There is a dress code. You follow that dress code. If you go to Sabarimala, you follow the dress code. If you go to a church, you follow the dress code. If you go to a club in Calcutta or Delhi, you follow the dress code. This is a television commercial. I can't repeat
But about an Indian festival, follow the dress code.
Correct. I'm so glad, Navika, for the first time you have imparted logic. The word you have used is an Indian festival. Don't keep saying Hindu, 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 as if all of Hinduism will collapse because we have shown Raksha Bandhan in this particular manner. We are proud Hindus. Our religion or our faith is far greater than it being, washed away because of some ad. So let's not. The problem with us is
that's a wishy-washy. That's a wishy-washy response. You said creative freedom. He is saying when you're talking about a Hindu festival, yes, and the emphasis is on Hindu festival. Why do you take liberties? Are such liberties taken with other religions? It's a valid, logical question. Please answer the question. Don't run away.
Let me tell Harshvardhan, 80% of India's population is Hindu. What ad are they going to show you? A Zoroastrian ad. There are ads which have Zoroastrianism as well. Let's be logical, yaar.
But
everything is sweeping. One minute. आपकी पिक्चरों में जो शादियां दिखाते हैं, वो शादी Christian wedding बहुत ही कम दिखाते हैं. It's a predominantly Hindu nation. I mean, Hinduism is predominant as a religion. So obviously they're going to show B. Please understand the ad. No one has seen the ad. People have only seen the comments.
No. We've seen the ad. You have to do your homework and come back.
But love in a woman, both for her pet and for her brother. The message is nice. I mean, there's nothing. You all are making it out as if Armageddon has come.
I agree. The message is nice. And people who are not pet lovers may not understand this. There are many people who are not pet lovers, but there are those who are crazy about their pets. Their pets are their children, their siblings, their family members, and Andrea, to make such a huge row over what somebody is wearing for Rakhi. Is there, there are both arguments. One is everybody is free to wear what they are, which is true. The other argument is why are liberties only taken with one religion and not the other? How do you respond?
Good evening, Navika, and thank you for having me at last, finally.
Sorry about that.
Navika,
heated discussion always leads to some delay.
But that's okay. Navika, first of all, I've been telling this right now, so I think in the middle, I just did speak about it, that where is a dress code for any occasion? I need to know where is it written, which book is it written, कि ऐसा पहनना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं पहनना चाहिए, कहाँ लिखा हुआ है और उसने क्या पहना है? She's worn a bralette with a cape. Yeah, what is wrong in it? Isn't a woman allowed to wear what she wants? Why do you point fingers at a woman when she wears? That's exactly what Priya Malik said. I will repeat the same thing again. Why? Why is it that only when a woman wears it? And again, religion. I mean, we have a problem with women wear burqa. We have a problem with women do not wear bindi. We have a problem with everything. People in our country have just lost it. They've become intolerant. We have become judgmental for every small matters.
True that. True that. Suzanne, please respond to that. We have a problem with the hijab, with the burqa. We have a problem with, wearing a modern dress. And it's a blouse with a cape. I mean, really, what is this fuss about?
It's a little less than that, but
it's not a bikini.
No, that everybody is saying that we always have issues and everything. Isn't that the beauty of this country, that everybody can discuss anything at any given moment?
Sure.
The argument.
Because I see a lot of freedom in this country to actually
it's good to have views, but when you question others, is that okay, Nikhil Jain? That's my question. You can have a view, you're free to have a view, and you are agreeing. You wore shorts to a Rakhi festival last year, and your sister was unhappy with you. This year you will not repeat it, which means there is an expectation that you will be well turned out in a traditional dress. That's your sister's expectation. Now, if the same thing is stated by Kangana, why is everybody going black and blue?
Navika, exactly the point I made, that Kangana's statement is not a critique on the sartorial choice that the advertisement makers have gone with or Ms. Sanon have gone with. Her remark is essentially slut shaming. You are calling a deep neck dress as bikini. It is not a bikini. You can say, I don't like the dress. You can say you could perhaps have worn something more traditional. You could say, I would have perhaps preferred her in a sari. You could say that I would have perhaps preferred her in a
What is this term that you used? What shaming?
She is slut shaming. Let's be real. What she's trying to do.
No, why?
I don't like the term, but that is what
she didn't say that. Just because it's Kangana, you will jump to any conclusion.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I don't agree. Kangana is a woman who has held her own in a male bastion in Bollywood. She's had big battles with other people. People have called her name. She's fought her own battles. She was, Sanjay Raut there giving all kinds of statements कि आप उसको importance क्यों दे रहे हैं? The whole party and his whole government had gone after Kangana, उखाड़ देंगे. तब नहीं याद आ रहा था कि इंपॉर्टेंस क्यों दे रहे हो? इग्नोर कर देते. घर तोड़ा उसका कि नहीं? All of you love to hate Kangana, and that is your problem.
No. First of all, if an illegal construction is brought down by the municipal authorities after giving due notice, I don't think that is going after a person personally. Be that as it may, my point remains simple. She's an elected member of parliament. At the very least, she's expected to speak with greater sincerity than to go around calling a deep neck dress as a bikini.
How come this word did not exist in your vocabulary when Supriya Srinath was writing what she was writing? She was doing worse than that on social media. हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी, कंगना के ऊपर कटाक्ष करने में इनको बहुत मजा आता है.
नविका जी, मैं फिर कह रहा हूं कि कंगना की जगह किसी और ने, किसी प्रोग्रेसिव फेमिनिस्ट लिबरल टाइप के लोग ने ये बयान दिया होता तो अभी इसी आपके साथ डिबेट में विंडो में बैठे लोगों के स्टेटमेंट अलग होते. जैसे पवन खेड़ा कह रहे हैं ना कि हिजाब पहनना वो तो उसकी चॉइस है, वो तो उसकी फ्रीडम है, और बिना स्कार्फ के एक लड़की पुणे में नहीं निकल पा रही है, वो उसी मंच पर बगल में हिजाब वाली लड़की भी खड़ी. मैं फिर कह रहा हूं, ये डबल स्टैंडर्ड पॉलिटिशियन से लेकर एडवर्टीजमेंट इंडस्ट्री तक
Absolutely. And I think Kangana's statements apart, I think she's a liberal woman. I have no problems with Kangana's position. The battles she has fought in her life, half of person in this country would not have been able to fight those battles. So kudos to Kangana. However, her view on Raksha Bandhan has created a furor. While many love to take on Kangana only because who she is, this time around, well, the jury is out on whether who should wear what. Should Indian women be stereotyped through the clothes? Should festivals be described through the emotions or the clothes that people wear? Well, that debate is still raging on. And when the Prime Minister says modernity doesn't come from clothes because the Konark temple had women in miniskirts, well, I think the debate should be settled at that. Well, many said that is for dancing women. Women are women, whatever their profession. And I continue to stand by that statement simply because there are no women who have to be described by the profession. They are women, full stop. And we did a poll. We asked the question, can Kangana decide what women should wear on Rakhi? Yes, say 54%, no, say 38%, can't say 8%. So there is a debate. People have different views. It is a polarized debate with people on both sides. But to my mind, it's freedom of speech, freedom of views. Every side has a view. May the debate rage on. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists joining me on Debate 1.